With each birthday, do you worry about what getting older actually means? Well, I just turned 54 last week and it got me to thinking about aging, especially how my granny did it. At my age, she was wearing those SAS sensible shoes and those classic polyester pants. I look forward to the day when I become a grandmother, but I don't want to get old too soon. I don't want to dress like she did, and I certainly don't want to age like she did either. Because here's the truth, we get to decide a lot about how we age. In today's video, I'm sharing 7 hard truths about midlife that most women don't like to admit. But these lessons could change everything for you. We get to create a healthier, stronger future on our terms. I used to think trusting doctors completely and accepting the family health issues as inevitable was just the way things were. But when my husband Brady was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at 46, just like his mother, things started to shift. I went with him to his doctor's appointment and she told us that medication was the only answer, no lifestyle changes. And those immunosuppressant drugs come with a lot of harsh side effects without a lot of benefit. I knew something had to change. My first hard truth is no one is coming to save you. You have to be your own health advocate. Doctors are trained to treat illness, but prevention is up to you. Think of your doctor as an advisor, but you are the decision maker. Educate yourself, make intentional healthy choices, and invest in your health just like you would a retirement account. Because let's face it, retirement isn't as much fun when you don't have your health. I did this and helped my family do this, and now Brady has his rheumatoid arthritis under control without medication. And I feel younger at 54 than I did at 44. I'm determined to set a strong example of aging for my daughters. If you're curious how I make these healthy habits stick, grab my free habit guide in the caption below. Becoming your own health advocate is part of the equation, but this next truth our grandmothers didn't know, and it has completely changed my perspective. When my girls were young, my workout of choice was going to the local jazzercise. They had free babysitting, so it was a no-brainer. It was fun to go dance to the music, and there was one song at the end where we did weight work, and I thought I was doing so good getting these cute little purple or pink weights. Because really, we were taught the big weights were for the boys, right? But over time, I started noticing that I was really losing strength. And then I joined a new gym close to my house and started doing a little bit more weight work. Boy, was it challenging. That's when I changed my motivation for working out. I was aiming to be strong, not just skinny. Muscle is your longevity organ. Strength training helps you stay fit and active and staying more independent as you get into that last decade of your life. You might have to start at these small weights, but don't stay there. Keep progressively going up in weights so you can build that muscle that helps your metabolism and helps you age stronger. Even 15 minutes twice a week can make a difference. As I started building my healthy lifestyle, I realized something else was missing, especially when my daughters left home and I started to feel a little restless. I'd poured so much of my energy into raising them and helping my husband run our business that I forgot how to have fun. So I started asking, what sounds fun to me? Because I didn't even know anymore. So this next truth is, don't put off your joy or your fun. Don't do like our grannies did and wait till retirement to have fun. Find fun every day or every week. As I'm coaching my clients, I ask them this a lot, and it's the one question that stumps them. You deserve to have fun. And fun doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be playing pickleball in the park with your friend, trying a new recipe for date night at home, or starting a new hobby that excites you. And if you can travel, do it now. As my parents have learned, there's a time limit on that. As I was more intentional about chasing that fun, I realized something else was missing. I had a lot of friends when my daughters were growing up, mostly parents I met in the bleachers. But when the games and dance recitals ended, so did a lot of those friendships. I learned that connections don't often last without effort. So my next truth is, friendships take work, especially in midlife. They don't just happen. You have to be intentional about reaching out to those friends that you say, oh, let's get together. Set a date and invest in those relationships that really matter. Now you're gonna have different friends for different seasons. And don't be afraid to put yourself in new groups to meet some new people. Whether it be church or the gym or some hobby, be brave and you'll find your tribe. The next truth is about how we spend our time. I know I use the excuse of being too busy to make time for friends, so that brings me to my next truth. When I was a kid, my mom called me lazy one time for not cleaning my room. Little did she know that that one word would stick with me for years. And I worked hard to constantly prove that I wasn't lazy. But eventually I realized something important. Rest isn't laziness, it's necessary. So the hard truth is, it's okay to be lazy. Give yourself permission to have some rest and downtime. Schedule lazy days, read a book, or just sit and enjoy the quiet. Rest recharges you so that you can show up better in the rest of your life. So the next time you're just sitting and doing nothing, don't let that word lazy pop into your head. Trying to always stay busy made me take a closer look at why I was always pushing myself so hard. I had spent a lot of my life chasing external validation, getting those good grades, going for that tough college major that most girls didn't do, and anything to stand out. But then as I became a mother and was in that, I realized no one was clapping for me when I made a healthy meal. No one was giving me a good grade when I showed up for my workouts. So the next truth is, no one is coming to cheer for you. So you need to be your own best cheerleader. Celebrate the small wins, whether it's getting out of your comfort zone to meet a new friend, or making that healthy meal, or showing up for that workout. You've got to be your biggest cheerleader. Those small victories build momentum and keep you going to age the way you want to. Celebrating myself on those small wins was a big shift. But the final lesson I learned required some work. One day I told my oldest daughter that I was too old to get down on the floor now. And she looked at me like I was crazy. That was a huge wake-up call that I was starting to believe my own excuses. So the final truth is, if you say so, eventually becomes your truth. The stories you tell yourself become your reality. If I kept telling myself that I was lazy, or I kept telling myself that I was too old, that would become the truth. So you've got to replace that negative self-talk with empowering beliefs. Like, I'm getting better with age, or I can figure this out, or I am capable and strong. Now it takes some work because your brain's going to fight you on it, but you practice that just like a habit, and before you know it, your brain believes what you tell it. So make sure you tell yourself a good story. These 7 truths have completely changed how I approach midlife and aging. I hope they inspire you to take some small action in your own life. And if you're looking for more ways to thrive in midlife, check out this video here, where I give you 10 Gen X habits that are making a comeback. Remember, you are worth the work to live a life you love and age on your terms.